So I put the cards down in the same order that they come out of the deck. It's a two-part reading. The overall energy of this reading will be the middle card in the first part of the reading. And here it comes. Ooh, the Nine of Swords. This is surrounding your entire reading. You've been up in your head. These thoughts, they just keep creeping in your mind over and over. Going to find out what that's all about. And we have a few cards left for the second part of the reading. Sagittarius. All cards are male or female. All the kings and queens are very mature in their thinking. I have the Nine of Swords surrounding the entire reading. Up in your head. Look at that. And sometimes these swords of truth and clarity is just, it's a lot to handle. You know, it's like, really, I mean, you know, and sometimes you may have questions like, why didn't I see it? How come I didn't know? You know, but I'm going to keep reading. It is about you being distraught about something. I have the Ten of Wands up in your highest energy. Well, it's going to go away. So that's not going to last forever. It is a burden and it will be put down. This is the Ten of Wands. So see those wands slipping out? There's no 11 of Wands. So you'll either put the burden down one by one, or you can just drop them all at once. We'll see what's going on here. So next to the Ten of Wands is the Hermit. You spending time on your own, you know, letting these swords of truth and clarity come to you. And you're really seeking your path forward. Like, how do I move on? How do I move forward? The Hermit is very spiritual. They hear you. And they're shining the lantern on your path forward. This is also the card for Virgo. So Virgo might be strong in someone's chart around this reading. Well, they know you've been up in your head. They know you're seeking your path forward. They know that you're carrying this heavy burden and you will be able to let it go. They're also pointing out that these swords have been around you. It's just that you're noticing and realizing them now. So you were in this place, you had a blindfold on, these swords were all around you, you have your fist on your chin, when you could have taken off that blindfold and seen the truth and clarity much sooner. But as it is, this is the way things are working out. So you are finally seeing the truth and clarity. This has all been a spiritual lesson for you. I have the Judgment card right under the Ten of Wands. You're getting done with your judgment. That's great because you're usually rewarded by the universe once you learn a spiritual lesson, and that's what you've been going through. Difficult. So look at all those people waking up down there. They can hear the horn. Guardian angels and spirit guides blowing that horn, and they're all like, I hear it, I get it, I get it. So you are definitely waking up to a spiritual lesson. They are so hard. You know, you were being breadcrumbed. You were ignoring it in a relationship, apparently. Six of Pentacles. You were just kind of ignoring the whole fact of you putting in more work maybe to a relationship than what they were putting in. You dishing out, you know, it could be money. It could be you dishing out everything and them not contributing at all. So, you know, you're now getting past this. You're now realizing this. And, you know, this is your path forward, is first realizing and then finding your way out of it, and what you are doing. Because here you are, right under the Judgment card. You're holding the staff now of fresh starts and new beginnings, looking out over the world. There's the world there. And you're contemplating, what does your future look like? What's out there for you? So you're getting ready to move forward. Under the Nine of Swords is a Tower moment. It was so hard to let some of this truth and clarity come into you, okay? You are definitely ready to move forward from this Tower moment. It's not just a moment. It could have, you know, I say moment, but time with the tarot is relative, you know, so it could have lasted quite some time. But you are getting ready to get past all this. I have next to the Tower is the Hierophant, and the Hierophant is under the Six of Pentacles. I think you were ready for a commitment, and they weren't. Of course they weren't. They're very young, immature type energy here. I don't think you were thinking of it. I feel like you really wanted one, but it's like, thank goodness they didn't want one because they weren't ready. It would have been a disaster. The Hierophant here is the card for Taurus. Taurus might be strong in someone's chart around this reading. But this is about security, stability, groundedness. It's about commitment. It is one of the cards for marriage. So, I think you're wondering, is your person still out there? Yeah, I bet they are still out there because they're definitely not here yet in this reading. Oh my goodness, you're going to connect with somebody here. Oh my goodness. See, things change. You're rewarded by the universe for learning a spiritual lesson. So, in the same order, they came out. All right. Eight of Wands is right next to the Eight of Swords. So you're going from being in the Eight of Swords to the Eight of Wands. You're going to be communicating with someone, texts, emails, phone calls, something through the airways, video chat. And it's going to be with a soulmate, a real soulmate. Look at the Wands, 11-11, union between two people. There's lots of love. There's lots of joy. There's lots of celebration. This is another card for marriage. Oh my gosh. You could reconnect with somebody or just connect with somebody through the airways somehow. And there's an offer here. And somebody's going to make you an offer and they're going to, it's sincere and they want to take you out or they want to, go for a walk or get your phone number or something like that is how it starts. But they're sincere. No ulterior motives. All right? Knight of Cups. Right next to the Four of Wands. They are a soulmate. A strong soulmate. I have the Ace of Swords under the Eight of Wands and next to the Six of Pentacles. This communication with the Eight of Wands is going to be very clear. And it's going to be very honest, which is awesome. It's next to the Six of Pentacles. I mean, you might even talk about your past You might even talk about your past relationship. About how, you were giving so much more than you were getting. But whatever it is truth. These conversations are very enlightening. And they really do help you move forward from this Three of Swords, this broken heart here that you had over this other relationship. Because you were really, you really had to deal with it here. There might have been a third party in your other relationship. So you got a couple things to talk about your past. I have the Queen of Pentacles next to the Three of Swords and under the Knight of Cups. This is Earth, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. Might be strong in your chart or someone else's. That's 2 for Virgo so far, and 2 for Taurus. But the Queen of Pentacles, this is your energy, and you have this pentacle and you cherish it. You are grounded. You're a grounded person. You want a grounded relationship. This person coming in, they're grounded, and they're sincere. Being rewarded, I'm telling you. You got the Death card under the Ace of Swords and next to the Hierophant. You are going through a transformation. You're putting an end to the old and a beginning to the new. You're transforming on the whole way that you are approaching relationships. This is the card for Scorpio, so Scorpio might be strong in someone's chart here around this reading. And you're approaching, I think part of it is honesty and communication is what you decided is best to move forward. Don't hold anything in that really is important to you in moving forward. I have the Five of Swords next to the Death card and under the Three of Swords. Yes, picking up swords of truth and clarity will help you to avoid those broken hearts. And you realize that. And it's by letting this other energy go. Learning this very difficult spiritual lesson that you had been through. I have the Ace of Cups right next to the Five of Swords and under the Queen of Pentacles. Look at all that love. You can't have more than the Ace of Cups. Maybe the Ten of Cups could compare. But the Ace of Cups, this is like an offer. This Knight of Cups that comes in with that sincere, smaller offer of getting to know you, they actually have an Ace of Cups. And it looks like it's going to head that way. Definitely. And it's all because you changed the way you approach your relationships. Wow. So let's take out a guardian angel and spirit guide card. Let's find out what message we have for you, Sagittarius. It may or may not have to do with this reading. It is a message, and that's all I know right now. Sagittarius, please. Oh, there it is. All right, let me get my glasses. We have the 5 of action, so I will read it to you. Your angels want you to know that your current challenge pushes you to be assertive and self-confident. Be willing to stand up for yourself and defend your position. You have the right to excuse yourself from those who bring drama into your life. That's a very reassuring card for many of you.